Yo, 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 yo. Welcome to another episode of Speak On It. I am your host, the one and only Mike Sean. Now, today, let's talk about a serious topic, a topic that I love talking about, which is sports, right? So I found myself in some hot water. I'm part of a Facebook group, and I made up a meme about LeBron James, right? Of course, it set him on fire, right? So the meme, as you guys see it on the screen, it reads, if Wayne Gretzky is the NHL GOAT, then I can be the NBA GOAT. We both played for 20 years. He has 4 rings. I have 4 rings. He leads the NHL in goals and assists, whereas I'm top 10 in assists and on the verge of being the NBA's all-time leading scorer. All right. So when folks saw this meme, they became emotional, right? Right now, the meme, I got about almost 8,000 likes, about 2,000 comments. So I'm pretty sure by the time this video drops, I'll be at 10,000 likes or laughing emojis, whatever, right? So my position on if LeBron James is the GOAT of the NBA, it has evolved over time, okay? So I know a lot of folks might think I'm crazy for saying this, but I believe that LeBron has a case, right? He definitely has a case, right? And so in this meme, I was just comparing the great one, Wayne Gretzky, right? I was comparing him to LeBron James because if you look at Wayne Gretzky's career, right? He played for 20 years. He won the Stanley Cup 4 times in 20 years, right? He leads the NHL in assists and goals. And I believe he has about 61 other NHL records, right? Just crazy numbers, right? So the thing that I'm getting right now from LeBron haters is that LeBron is stat chasing, right? That's why I compared him to Wayne Gretzky, because last I checked, I haven't heard Wayne Gretzky being accused of stat chasing. Okay. What do you call it? What do you call it? Do you call it selective outrage? Do you call it selective memory? Or do you just call it straight up bias, right? So if Wayne Gretzky is considered the GOAT of NHL, it's not too far-fetched that LeBron James can be considered the GOAT in the NBA. All right. So I got a text from my boy LaMarcus. I showed him the meme. He fell out laughing, right? He enjoyed it, right? So he goes on to say, number 1 in scoring, number 6 in assists, number 9 in steals, number 9 in 3-pointers, all she wrote, right? So LeBron may not have gone 6-0 in the finals, but he has GOAT numbers. He has GOAT numbers. And this is not to bash Jordan, right? Jordan went 6-0 in the finals. That's awesome. But I will say this. None of those teams that Jordan faced in the finals were as good as the Spurs or Golden State Warrior dynasties. Do you agree? Statistically, you have to agree, right? LeBron James, a guy who entered the league at 19, he had a lot of pressure on him. 2023, he is still, right, top 5 in the league at 38 years old. We've never seen this kind of consistency in any sport. In any sport. The closest might be maybe a Willie Mays, right? But even he kind of fell off during the later years. And plus he was pretty old. He was pretty old, right? So to all the Jordan fans out there, I understand you guys are clinging to that 6-0 finals record that Jordan holds. Like I said, it's great. It is great. But I have a problem when you guys start talking about, well, LeBron was 4-6 in the finals, right? My whole thing is this. Well, it's part of my thing, but my whole thing is this. How are you going to try to discredit LeBron from making it to the NBA finals 10 times? How can you discredit him? And let's be honest, out of those 10 times, maybe 4 times his team was favored, right? Now that Dallas loss, that's a bad loss. I will say that myself. That Dallas loss was a bad loss, right? Very bad. Very, very, very bad. But again, I think that Dallas team is better than some of the teams that Jordan faced in the finals. I believe it was. I believe it was, right? So that's one argument that the Jordan folks, they love to cling to, right? What I've noticed is as LeBron has gotten closer to Kareem's scoring title, the animosity, the hatred, the biasness, it has increased. And you know what? It's going to increase even more as he gets closer and closer and closer to that magic number, right? That magic number. It kind of reminds me when Hank Aaron was on the verge of breaking Babe Ruth's home run record, right? He was on the verge of breaking it. He got death threats, hate mail, and it was a cloud of racism over him for that whole season, right? But of course, he made it through. He broke the record, and everything is history, right? It's history. All she wrote, right? LeBron is facing that kind of backlash. But the problem is he's breaking Kareem's record, not Jordan's. So I don't understand why a lot of Jordan fans feel so threatened. As they said, Jordan's 6-0 in the finals, right? And they also love to tout his 6 MVPs and his 6 finals MVPs. Now, we all know that LeBron, he could have more than 4 MVPs. But of course, how the league is set up now, they don't want any one player to hog all the limelight, right? And we hear the arguments of, well, LeBron has never won a Defensive Player of the Year award, right? Jordan has won. And the year that Jordan won, Mark Eaton and Hakeem Olajuwon, they could have easily won that award. But that was when the Jordan hype train was first getting started. So they weren't going to stop that. Jordan was the face of the league. At that point, he was the face of the league, right? 2-time dunk champion, which I don't believe he beat the great Dominique Wilkins. Jordan did the same dunk. Well, the same 2 dunks twice. And plus they were in Chicago. So you already know they were biased, right? So when you start taking into consideration the MVPs and the Defensive Player of the Year awards, we have to realize that those awards, those are opinionated, right? Those are based on opinions. based on opinions. But when you start looking at the numbers, I've never seen a GOAT in any sport, right, not lead in an all-time major statistic category, right? Never seen it. Never seen it, right? But all of a sudden, Jordan gets a pass. Oh, well, if Jordan if he would have played for 20 seasons, he would have scored 50,000 points. A lot of woulda, coulda, shouldas, right? But the mere fact is that Jordan quit twice. The first time, he quit to go play for the Birmingham Barons. I've heard stories of him actually being suspended from the league, but they hid it under the table, and that was kind of due to his gambling debt. The second time, NBA lockout, Phil was leaving, and that Bulls team wasn't going to be much the 1999 year, right? That's why he bounced. He came back. He had part ownership with the Wizards, and that was a way for him to kind of boost the morale and also boost the frenzy behind the Wizards team that he had partial ownership with, right? He did okay in the Wizards. I mean, there's nothing to write home about. But people believe that if Jordan had never retired, he would have, at the bare minimum, 8 rings. That's kind of far-fetched. I don't know if the Bulls were beating those Rockets teams. I don't think so. But let me stop pontificating. There is a case for LeBron to be the GOAT. There is a case, right? Like LaMarcus said, when it's all said and done, LeBron could very well be top 5 in assists as well as the all-time leading scorer, right? 3 times he had to go to a different team, right? And a lot of people say, oh, well, LeBron team hop. He went to the All-Stars. He had to get All-Stars around him to win his rings, right? Again, what great player do we know, right, that played in the NBA, didn't have great stars around him? Larry Bird was drafted to the Boston Celtics. He played with Hall of Famers. Magic Johnson played with Hall of Famers, right? Jordan, Phil Jackson, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, Hall of Famers, right? So LeBron, he always gets a knock for that. He basically gets a knock for being a GM, right? And if you notice, right, none of the coaches or none of the teams ever do much of anything once LeBron leads them, once he leaves them, right? They don't do much of anything. What is Kyrie doing? What is Kevin Love doing? Wade, come on now. He's retired. So, to you Jordan fans out there, I'm a Jordan fan as well. Don't be threatened by LeBron. Don't be threatened by him. Just let it play out. Just let it play out. And I know a lot of you guys think that, oh, well, Jordan's more popular. Everybody has his shoes. Well, to be honest, nobody has really rocked the shoes that Jordan has put out in the last 25 years, right? Except for the 6 rings. That's about it. But all the Jordans that people go crazy about that are shooting up each other and having long lines outside of Foot Locker, right? Those are the Jordan shoes that he wore while he was playing, right? And I think a lot of times as we get older, we fear that the heroes that we have, they start to fade. And to be honest, Jordan is more recognizable now because of the meme, because of that Facebook meme, the crying meme. That's why a lot of the younger cats know him, right? So back to Gretzky. Gretzky should get the same treatment that LeBron gets. He's had better teammates. Go look it up. He's broke a lot of goals, which is called stat chasing for LeBron. And he only has 4 rings in 20 years. Same as LeBron. And in all actuality, Gretzky actually lost his captain's badge later on in his career. Because you know why? He wasn't consistent anymore. LeBron has been consistent for 20 years. People try to knock him and say, oh, well, you know, he's good, you know, but he's no Jordan. Okay. But being the best all-around player, it means something. And I'm going to leave you guys with this for all my boxing fans out there. If you guys are saying that Michael Jordan is the GOAT purely based off of being 6-0 in the finals, then you guys should also say, by that logic, you guys should also say that Floyd Mayweather is the greatest boxer of all time. Well, there you have it, folks. The Rocket City Network. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I'm out. Yeah.